Hey.
What?
I was going over the footage, and I think we.
I'm glad I wasn't naked.
I think we should make the stop. I think we should make 3 episodes out of this fork deal. I think we should go ahead and just make it 3 of them, standalone at the end. When we rated it and talked about it, and then the review, because I don't want to cut any of that review out.
No.
Or very little of it.
So we'll do the review on one episode, and then we will do the scoring on one episode.
Yeah, let's just do that. That way we don't have to cut out a lot of the info and the way we feel about it and the way it did and all that.
All right, that sounds good. Let's get to it.
Get off my hand!
Tomatoes! Wolf Tick Nation, thank you guys for tuning into once again another Wolf Tick Videos episode. We are glad you guys are here because on today's episode, yes, you guessed it right, you seen the thumbnail. We are here at beautiful Mount Nebo State Park atop beautiful
Mount Nebo.
Mount Nebo State Park atop beautiful Mount Nebo. What the hell? We're here atop beautiful Mount Nebo State Park in Dardanelle, Arkansas. There you go. Now on today's episode, guys, we will be doing the real-time review of the very budget $103 ZTZ LPXX 32 factory.
I think we could just call it $100.
$100 fork, 140 millimeters of travel. If you guys watch Initial Impressions episode, it's an ish, okay? We got the through axle on that guy. It's a tapered fork. We got it on the comp Zerker. All right, so guys, without further ado, we got the Triple C trail behind us. We're going to do a little warm-up on. We're going to kind of get our feelings back, right? We're going to get our sea legs, and then we're going to take it down everybody's favorite trail. It's the Black Diamond Hayes Creek Run. I will be wearing a full chest protector and everything else, all right? So don't you guys worry. But please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's go riding. Let's go figure this fork out, all right? Let's see if $100, what a $100 fork will get you in the mountain bike world.
Focus on your finger.
Okay, you good, camera? Kind of deserve that. Maybe that's a sign. All right, guys, here we go with the aluminum comp Zerker. SRAM crankset. Remember, this thing comes stock. I think we bought it for $248, but it's normally a $298 bike now. SRAM, or it comes with a 3x, something freewheel in the back, maybe a 3x7, not too sure. We got the SRAM 1x dub action up front. We've got the LT A12 in the rear. Of course, we got the LPXX Factory 32 ZTZ $100 fork, Tektrovella hydraulic brakes, 160mm rotors, nuke-proof 780 bar, Trans-X dropper posts on this thing, nuke-proof pedals. This thing's ready to rock and roll. We're going to see what this fork is all about. Remember, we're going to hit this green trail first. This is the Triple C trail. Goes from sunset to sunrise or vice versa. We're going to hit this thing. We're going to warm up a little bit. But first of all, I wanted to, let me get on this other side here. We're going to set this compression ring all the way down. If we remember, we're going to try to take a look at that compression ring. Now, this thing has got 21 clicks of rebound. If you guys watch Initial Impressions episode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go on 8 clicks towards the faster side. The adjustments seem decent on there. Now, remember, they don't tell you that this compression knob here is a damping knob or nothing like that. It just tells you that it is a lockout pretty much. So we're not going to be hating on it too much as far as that's concerned. We're probably not even going to mess with this at all. Let's drop the seat post down a little bit. The air pressure in this thing, we did have it set at 75 in the shop, but Wolfman was pushing down on it a little bit. Oh, we're going to get some movement out of that guy. I might be a little bit faster on the rebound. I mean, that's bottoming it out right there. Man, I might need to come back and put a little more pressure in here, but for this green trail, it might be pretty good. Let's turn this rebound up a couple notches. Okay, we're at 12. I like the way it fills, and I love that the adjustment actually... Okay, let's try that. I like that the adjustment's actually working. Like I said, we're going to do this little Triple C trail here. and we're gonna see what this fork is all about. $100 fork. Guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. God, it feels good to be on the bike. Been a minute since we've done a riding episode. I can hear that oil circulating in there. Again, we're about 12 to 13 clicks off the slow side. This would be mainly for the smalls here. And it's actually doing a really good job right now of absorbing these little pump sections, if you want to call them that. I can hear the oil circulating still. Green trail fork all day so far. Wow. Hit this little feature here. We're going fast enough to clear it. We went fast enough to shoot a camera off. No need for somebody to find that one. All right, now, where were we? I think I was saying $100 fork, green trail fork. Feels pretty good. All right, did speed the rebound up just a little bit. Oh man, things got a dropper. I keep forgetting it's got a dropper. Let's try this hit again. We'll try to be a little back heavy. Okay, that was better. Let's get this next feature here. Not bad at all. Wow. Okay. Now, as you guys saw, we definitely bombed this thing out right over there, and we bombed it out again. I'm gonna put that compression ring all the way down. We'll take a look at it again. 70 psi. The cool thing about this fork for $100 is it actually comes with a little air chart here on the lower. You guys watching us impressions, we talked about that. Actually has it listed, so that's pretty cool. And for about me, I'm about 145 pounds right now, 48. And this thing lists about 50 to 70, I believe, for 140 pounds. So I think 70 will be right. I like a softer fork, but the adjustments are working. You know, I have to say, guys, I think the most impressive quality of this fork right now, or feature of this fork, is how smooth it is on the compression. It's extremely smooth for a $100 fork, okay? Now, I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but it's not doing a bad job up front right now. Now, given I've just hit a couple of little bitty features, and then we hit that little drop area, if you want to call it that, and the compression feels, it's actually smooth. Another thing is the way this fork feels on this bike at the moment, it feels like it's decently solid. It doesn't feel the most solid fork. You know, it does have 32mm stanchions. It was what, like right at 4 pounds? You would think that it would feel very cheap up front, and right now it doesn't. It's I mean, check out the shot. It's like staying with the speed and my riding ability, I guess you could say. Does that make any sense? Like, it's not all over the place. Sometimes you get those cheap forks. Let's hit this. Smooth. Sometimes you get those really cheap budget style forks that you guys have all seen on the channel, and you happen during your compression, you hit a wall, right? Like the front end just kind of stops. This right here is such a big improvement from ZTZ. We've tried out multiple forks of ZTZs. This one right here so far is definitely the best one yet. Now, we have to take this thing on the Black Diamond. We're going to after this little green ride. But man, for a green trail, it's not bad. A little feature here. I mean, the preload's perfect. That 70 psi, the preload mixed with my my rebound adjustment, it feels excellent. It really does. I mean, I was thinking this thing was going to feel really chintzy and just very loud up front and kind of knocking around. But like I said, it does have a solid feel. Let's go over this rock garden. Let's see how it feels. Once again, not bad. Smooth. The stroke feels really good. It doesn't feel like these things are all dried up. You know, I'm not feeling any suction whatsoever. I'm impressed so far. You know, I do wish that this thing did rate, and this is where it's going to get hurt on it, guys, that this thing did actually have 140 millimeters of travel, because we reset it after that little drop section, if you want to call it that. And look where the compression ring is already. I know you're supposed to, I know you're supposed to, you know, get your fork where you bomb it out every once in a while. There's not been any bigs enough really to say, okay, now we bombed this fork out where it should be. You know, really, I know on this trail we haven't hit enough bigs yet to say, okay, that's okay to bomb it out here, bomb it out there. These are a lot of smaller ones, but we've got probably 10 more millimeters before we actually bomb this thing out. And I think it should be more around this area right here. Does that have to do with air pressure? I'm not too sure, but I would like to see 140 on this thing, how it's supposed to be, and see if it makes a little bit of a difference, because we're right at 135, I believe, 134, something like that. So just to see a little bit more travel on this would be nice. To get the extra 5 out of there, I think it would be perfect if that was the case. It's a smooth smoothie. Smooth smoothie. Hey, what do you getting good shots over here?
I don't know. I'm working on it. Let me see.
You know, this being a green trail and all, I think this fork is great for this kind of trail.
Yeah, I agree.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put it back to 70. I'm going to probably put it at 73. We got it at 70 right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at 73, and then we'll go and hit haze, and I'll probably turn that rebound up a little bit faster on the rebound adjustment. But what I want to do is, I think this is enough. I'm going to get right here on the road. I'm going to put this guy in lockout. We're going to take a look, guys, and just see if it's, you know, Wolfman Dyno has been done. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in lockout. We're going to see exactly how this thing feels on the road, and then we're going to go hit haze. That sound good?
Yeah. I can tell you one thing, the lockout's great.
Yeah, I know you think the lockout's great.
The lockout's wonderful.
Yeah, let me go over here. I'm just going to ride up this. I'm going to ride back, and then I'll meet you right back here. All right, lockout is on with the crunch and all, okay? Let's see how she feels. Okay, I mean, look, this thing is locked out completely. You guys all got to see on the Wolfman initial impressions, the Wolfman Dyno. I mean, sucker is locked out. That's exactly what you want. Now, Hayes Creek is a 2.3 mile downhill, and we might get a little bit of climbing in there. I think there's a little bit after the $1 Million Bridge. So we'll put this thing in lockout again. But I mean, the lockout's solid on it. Look, the fork is great for this green trail. I'm going to put some more pressure in it back at the truck. We're going to go to Hayes Creek. We're going to test this. All right, guys, got done with the Triple C trail. You saw the lockout.
The 3C, Triple C.
Yeah, 3Cs. You guys saw the smalls. No bigs yet. Couple of features. This thing is bottoming out on the green trail, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add 5 PSI. I was kind of stuck
back up to 75.
I was between like 73. It's like, look, just go to 75. Again, for 140 pounds, I think it recommends anywhere from 50 to 70 PSI. Now, this fork is not intended to be ridden downhill.
Well, you're about at 150-ish. Yeah,
about 150. So make sure you guys don't try this at home with this fork, okay? It's not meant for what we're about to do with it. This isn't a double, or this is just a black diamond Hayes Creek run, 2.3 miles. It's an awesome downhill. Just ask our patrons; they'll tell you. But people get hurt on this trail all the time, so we're going to try to make sure we are careful today and taking all precautions. 50, 60, 70. Okay, 75 PSI. One thing I'm very impressed with this fork is the compression, and it's smooth. You know, again, it doesn't sound like all chintzy and weird and tinny sounding. It actually feels decently solid. Now, that's on a green trail. Let's see if it feels the same on Hayes Creek, if the thing falls apart or what. But right now, I'm actually pretty impressed with it. You know, pretty
for
impressed.
$100.
For $100.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up. So
Drive this on backwards. Are you recording?
Of course I'm recording. It's my job.
That's going to be an epic
That's my job.
That's going to be an epic slow-mo.
It's my job to record.
You had to sucker on backwards.
Well, you're backwards.
All right, guys. Hey, we are fixing to hit Hayes Creek. Let's do this. All right, guys. Here we go. ZTZ LPXX $100 fork. Will she hold up? I got about 10 clicks of rebound on here. And remember, we added 5 PSI. So we're at 75 PSI right now. Hayes Creek, let's get it. All right, I'll see you at the bottom. Okay, guys. Hey, she held up on the green trail. She held up on the green. Will she hold up right now? I don't know. We might need to turn that rebound up, stiffen it up just a tiny bit. I'm I don't want to mess with the compression because we know where all the settings are at. I'm gonna put that compression ring back down. We got the Polawless famous kiss your own turn. Dude, it's been a minute. I have not been on this trail since the Patron ride. I know the patrons are gonna be missing this thing, or have been missing this trail. There was a lot of carnage. Tires are sticking great. That's always a plus. Can't hit that. Trail's in really rough shape. Dude, it takes those hits pretty good, considering it's a $100 fork. That rebound set probably where it needs to be, and that air pressure is definitely set where it needs to be. It's a rough trail today. Okay, a little sloppy in the turn. A little sloppy in the turn for sure. When I went on putting all that pressure going forward, it did a good job of compressing, but the decompress under pressure still a little bouncy as opposed to being smooth on the shootout. See here, a lot of pressure. Ooh, gnat in the mouth. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit of suction, almost like my rebound's not fast enough. Rebound's a little bit faster now. See if she acts a little bit better. It was acting really good on the green trail, but now it kind of doesn't really have a great feel to it. Doesn't have all that great of a feel to it right now. It kind of feels like it's super stiff just with three clicks. Okay, drop here. Ugh. The issue is it feels like it has a buildup of air. I know what would be the opposite of suction, where like air gets trapped down here and the top end doesn't really move anymore. You guys see that? It's to that point now where it's like super, super stiff because all that action. Let's slow it down again. Yeah, she's tightening up on us. That's a lot of fork work up front. We got a little speed area here where I always crash. Yeah, she's starting to fall flat in her face now, guys. It feels like this thing's got 100 PSI in it. It's just tightening up on me. The fork still does feel solid. It doesn't feel loose whatsoever. But she's kind of acting weird on us. Here we go here. Okay, preload. Oh yeah, preload is like super stiff now, not because, I don't think because of the way the fork is designed to be. I think it's just because all that air buildup in the lowers or whatever you call that. Again, if you guys know what that is, leave it in the comments. I'm curious the terminology on that. With all that bouncing and all that movement up front, it's already starting to stiffen back up. Unless I put a lot of weight in the front of it. It starts to act okay. Like right here, I think some of the air is maybe escaping because it's acting decent now until you start going harder on it. Now we got another feature here. So we got it. Oh yeah! Good preload. Moving through here nice. Okay. That was a smooth smoothie there. See, for the bigger stuff there, we're gonna have to have that rebound set back to where it was at so it stiffens up a little bit. The air pressure is perfect in this thing, but again, it's stiffening up. Now it's acting kind of wild here. Okay, yeah, so this thing is definitely set up for greens. Again, you're not supposed to be using it for free ride or downhill. It's a new little cutout. Oh, that's a little sketchy. Not supposed to be using it for either of those things. We're doing it. Don't try it at home. But I think that's why this fork is telling us that. Why those warnings are on there, because it is not acting all that great. Lockout. All right, here we go. Man, gonna take my helmet off. That was something. This fork is definitely not intended to be ridden on free ride or downhill. Okay, number one. Number two, I broke another damn camera mount.
What is it with you today?
I don't know, man. It's gonna cost us some money now.
That's $100.
Hey guys, we do have a PayPal and buy us a cup of coffee. Links in the description below. You guys check that out as well. Okay, so the green trail we done talked about.
No obligations.
Yeah, it was great on the green trail. The smalls, the mediums, right? The feedback on the fork was great. There was a lot of smooth portions on the green. Going over the road, the lockout worked great. Now, as soon as we hit those first little 2 features at the beginning of the trail where the camera snapped, it kind of just hit a wall there. Now, I always talk about on budget forks, and I even mentioned, I think, on this one, a lot of times with the budget forks, you get that where you start to compress, and then it kind of seems like you start to hit a wall, right? No matter how much rebound adjustment or how much compression knob you do, if there's damping on the fork, whether it's a...
I think what you're talking about is when you hit that point where it no longer is being progressive.
Okay, so that's a good way to put it.
Because it's giving you feedback, and then all of a sudden it just stays the same the rest of the way.
Yeah,
that's the problem with the less expensive
bottom dropped out.
fork.
It started doing this. It was compressing really nice, right? Went over a little rock garden. As soon as I started to put this thing through a little bit of an exercise, it died on me. It said nope. It started to feel like a rock shock.
Did you speed the rebound up?
Yeah, sped it up, slowed it down. I did all that. Some of the little tiny adjustments kind of helped. On longer flat stretches, but for the most part, that's a nasty trail. You guys know it is. And as soon as this thing started getting put to the test, it kind of fell apart. I was saying it kind of feels like, you know, with the rock shocks, how you don't like the lockout on those. With the rock shocks, you have that movement and then it hits a wall. That's what this thing felt like, and it still might be. Look at that. It still might be like that. I mean, it feels like those stanchions are rubbing right now. It feels super tight, and it just feels balled up. You know, it's like the opposite of suck. Which I don't know what that is, the opposite of suck, but that's what we're getting on this fork. So green trail was great. Black diamond, a little bit of downhill action. It's not, you know, I think it's a really good green trail fork. I don't even know about blue trail, but black diamond, the Hayes Creek killed a camera mount, and it proved that $100 fork won't as a no-go on this trail. Super fun trail. I freaking love this trail. It's great to be
the
back.
fork isn't intended for downhill. It says.
No. And I mentioned that in the trail as well. But that was the real-time review, just the ride portion. We still have to go back to camp and score this thing. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think it's going to score?